have me use do the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Because he was concerned about, the issues there with maybe losing power or something.
No
So,
problem.
what I want to do is confirm that I can get this up on the screen the way it needs to be up there by sharing it. And
Yeah.
this is only the second time I've used a Microsoft as far as these Microsoft meeting. So I just want to confirm I can get the PowerPoint up on the screen where it needs to be, because it took a few minutes last time. So I want to share. Opening up the share tray. Desktop window, share, screen share. All right, so there's you guys. There's the PowerPoint. Are you looking at it?
Not yet. No.
All right, so this is why I want to do this now.
So if you're in the share content section.
Yeah. So what I did was I went to the open share tray. I've got a share screen window on the bottom, screen share window on the bottom. I just hit desktop window. So now I see us multiple times on my screen. I can say share the entire screen, the window, or Chrome tab.
So I would probably share the window.
Okay.
And see if it gives you the option to share the PowerPoint.
All right, let me you got my reminder up there. I don't want to share that. Meetings, Microsoft, Chrome tab. I don't need to do that. Select a tab to preview. All right, let me try that. How about now?
No, I can share it myself too. Mark sent me the PowerPoint. Hang on one second, Steve.
Okay. Yeah, I ran into this last time, and I don't. I got it resolved, but I unfortunately don't remember exactly how I got it resolved.
Well, we just let Mike share it then.
Yeah.
And we'll just. Perfect.
A week better, Michael.
Yep, I see it now. Okay. Appreciate that.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Do you guys want me to make it any bigger?
If you want to just fill the screen, start from the beginning. Slideshow, start at beginning, first slide. There you go.
That's perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys. Steve, I'll do a little intro for you guys, and it won't be long, and you guys can go ahead and get started. So,
okay.
Thanks again to Starrett for joining this morning for this is our second, by the way, Steve and Mark, presentation that we've had. So you guys are number 2 today for the FMS event. Thank you to the Butler people for being here this morning. So without further ado, Steve, Mark, take it away. First, Starrett.
Yep. And I'll get started real quick, Mike. I just want to introduce on the phone today. We've got myself, Mark Carlton. I'm in charge of the East Coast regional manager. We've got Jay Gordon, who's our national SAW manager. He covers the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. We've got Steve Entris, who covers upstate New York and Western PA, so forth. We've got Josh Laconi, territory manager down in the Carolinas, covering over towards Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina. And we've got Scott Bogan, our SAW specialist, that covers basically all New England, up through some of upstate New York, Pennsylvania, and other areas and so forth. And we just wanted to put a brief slide up to show you where we are today. And near the end here, we'll talk about some of the discounts. Jay Gordon and I will talk about some of the discounts and where we're hoping to get to with some of these numbers. But you can see we're doing real well on precision measuring tools. And saws, we're a little bit down from where we want to be and where we were before, but we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go. Next slide. You there, Michael?
Yeah, I'm clicking it. Hang on. It might be a little delayed. I'm going to exit out. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. This presentation too, Michael's got it. He'll be passing it out to you folks. But you know, we're going to try and move through this pretty quick in case anybody's got questions as we go. But here's the Starrett Advantage that we talk about: quality materials, accuracy and repeatability, precision innovation, product line innovation, repair and calibration facilities, custom engineered solutions, and commitment to customer service. These will all be kind of brought up at different areas during this presentation. Next one. And Steve, I'll leave it to you.
Okay, so I know that there's a mature, and I don't mean age-wise, sales force, but you have some new bodies in the mix, moving into different regions. So anything that needs to be measured, precision measuring, Starrett can cover it. So this is just an overview of some snapshots of the different product groups we have offered, anything from the latest tech, high-tech precision measuring equipment, electronics, to some of the older style mechanical tools that have been around for decades. Okay, Mike, next one. Just a listing of some of those products you just had your eyes on. So this isn't anything, again, Mike will have this, you'll have this in front of you. It's a good reference point. What I use this for myself even is just to, you know, jumpstart me to say, hey, I haven't been focusing on, or I haven't been asking about or talking about. You know, you get, I myself, I don't want to throw everybody under the bus, but I myself get blinders on. And sometimes it's just a good reference point to look at the different products that Starrett has available that can help grow the sales. Okay, Mike. One of the things we have in the mix, and this isn't new, but we have a new generation of Starrett wireless data collecting equipment.
I think it's the PC. I think it's the PCD tip for David Plumley.
It is, yes.
Okay.
So,
Hey, Barry, you need to put yourself on mute. We can hear your conversation.
guys, this is Simtech that we had in stock for them.
Barry,
They could use in place of this.
I'm going to text him.
Yeah, the kit.
Go ahead, Steve. Go.
Okay,
go.
I'll keep going. Yeah. I didn't know if there was anything being asked about what we were talking about. So back to the data, sure. This product has been in the mix for well over 10 years. And the first generation of the DataSure wireless was good. It does a nice job. Its intent is to work with non-Starrett tools if they have data output. It doesn't have to be Starrett specific equipment. And then it's flexible on the software application end as well to work with different software packages that the end users are using, either to collect data for statistical analysis or just to collect raw data. And quite often it's customer driven. Not, when I say that, I don't mean our customers. It may be customer driven at your end user end. Somebody the next one down the line is asking for this type of information. So it's a mature product. It's a good product. The thing that DataSure 4.0 brings to the mix that we didn't have before, which opens up some different opportunities, is it has security built in and encryption built into it. And what that does is open up conversations with military, medical, aerospace, food and drug type arrangements where that encryption and security for the wireless type systems has always been a concern. So that's kind of a quick update on that. So conversations you might not have been able to have before, you can have now. So next slide, Mike. And the other thing we're doing as a supplier, manufacturer, is we are producing tools that have the wireless embedded into the tool itself, where previously you needed an add-on component to transmit the data from point A to point B. And that's what DataSure does. We aren't there to manipulate data or do any kind of statistical analysis. The strength of the system is to get the data from point A to point B on a wireless system. So with that said, again, we're building tools with the wireless built into the tool itself. So you don't need these add-on end nodes, we call them, to do the transmitting. So right now we have calipers, micrometers, and indicators, but that'll continue to expand across the electronic tool line to open up other areas of tools. So, okay, go ahead, Mike. Those tools are IP67 certified as well for dust and liquid resistance. So that's a big plus too. The other thing is this system can be rather large in scope, and you could have dozens, if not 100 tools built and functioning with the system at one time. Or we could go down as simple as we have a DataSure app that can be loaded onto a cell phone that can receive the data. Once again, it's collecting raw data. It isn't there to manipulate it or do anything with it. Your end user decides what they want to do with it, and under the different formats we have available, different platforms available to make that happen. So we can have these big, expansive network systems or something as simple as the phone app. Okay, Mike, go ahead. I'll let Mark jump in.
Yeah, this is the caliber bulk program you guys bought into. You've already placed the 20-piece order. We've even had orders after this program and so forth. All you guys can see the different calipers that are on this bulk buy program. One of the things we did with electronic tools, we brought the price down with most of them. We bulked up on calipers. That's why we're running this program with 45 off. But as things get better in the supply chain out and so forth, we've also brought the price down in electronic indicators, mics, and so forth. And we hope to be able to, when we have enough inventory to supply the customer demands, to be able to run some promos on some of those tools also. But for now, this is in place, and we don't require 20 pieces every time now. 6 pieces. We don't want to do onesie twosies, but even an order of 6 of any of the configurations you see on the screen right now will work. Next, Mike. This is a quick check product brochure you can get. You can see the bulletin guide on there. What it helps you tell you is if you're in a tool and die, or if you're in a quality room or whatever, it kind of tells you some of the tools they might use in those areas. So any of the new salespeople that haven't been around for a while or trying to wonder where the tools might be used, this is just a quick bulletin guide we can get for you. We can order it for you so you have it to carry with you, so you know what to look for when you're in different areas in a shop. Okay, next.
Yeah, we can get you guys PDFs on that too, so you got electronic copies.
Josh, why don't you cover this one, please?
Yes, sir. Another Starrett advantage is that we offer several specialized departments for our customers' needs. 2 of these departments right here you have in front of you: special gauge and special order. Next slide, please. Special order department, that's going to be any of our standard gauges that are just customized slightly to meet the customer's needs. Any issues, any concerns with just getting a measurement with one of our normal gauges, you give a call into them and they will customize it slightly to fit the needs. Special gauge division is going to be a complete package to meet a metrology need that just the customer cannot figure out. This is where you'd want to get us involved. We'd get in there and we would get what we need to get it to the special gauge division and come up with a solution for their needs. Next slide, please. Another division is our Starrett Weber division. This is going to be our gauge blocks. Few of the materials that we use for our gauge blocks are ceramic for our heated environment, our steel, which accounts for approximately 70% of our customer base, which is popular in machine shops, and then our crow blocks, which are top of the line used in our labs. Next slide. As with anything with Starrett, we can customize gauge blocks as well to suit the customer's needs. Next slide. Our TrueStone is another division that we offer. TrueStone surface plates have tolerances within millions. You see in the picture here, if it's the grooves, it's going to be just the grooves, not the sides, but we can do the sides on that as well. Next slide. And again, we can customize any of our tools, any of our gauge blocks, any of our TrueStones to meet the customer's needs or for a special project they may have, fixing a part or designing a part. Next slide.
Josh, where do those ship out of? Do those ship out of the Carolinas?
No, they do not.
They're out of Minnesota. True Stone, the granite surface plates are out of Minnesota. The Weber gauge blocks and so forth are out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay. Jay?
Good morning. Next slide. I think you guys are all familiar with what we offer, full line. The only thing that I didn't see on there, Mark, was meat cutter. In case you don't know, we do sell meat cutter blades and actually are the largest manufacturer of meat cutter blades in the world. So keep that in mind. Sorry, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. The intense line, you can see that we've highlighted the list less 70.5%. This is a general purpose MRO type blade. This program has actually started probably a year ago. We finally rolled it out somewhere around December. The issues were determining what discount we wanted in addition to making sure we were flush with material. Both of those things happened. You guys kind of stole some of our thunder only because the intense we dropped down to 70.5 where standard list is either 55, or excuse me, standard discounts either 55 or 61.75. And we've now moved you to 70.5 on all bimetal material. So regardless, MRO blade, hopefully it's more of a in and out type process. Shouldn't be a whole lot of production type people, just the standard tool rooms and maintenance and that type of stuff. Next. Our advanced MC5, I know you have had some of them. So we are currently working on even new versions. Brazil has split up their R&D team, actually added to their R&D team. So they have a R&D team specific to bimetal and carbon and an R&D team now specific to carbide. And I'm actually looking for tests on a couple of different things right now. So they've actually started to make some good things. MC5 is our multi-chip along with our MC7 designed primarily for hard materials. Let's call it stainless and up or alloys and that type of stuff. Next. MC7, again, another multi-chip. This is the top of the line as far as production carbide blades go. If you want to think of it this way, the MC7 is like an F1, and the MC5 is probably more like a NASCAR. It'll take abuse a little bit better just because of the tooth design, but the MC7 is the top dog. Next. You can see here, this is just an illustration of what we mean by MC5 and MC7. If you go on our YouTube channel, you'll actually see a video, animated video that shows this in action. But as you can see, the chips are split up. This reduces the load on the teeth and helps for both life and speed. Next. So the value added, I know the guys in New England know Scott. He's here somewhere. He's our product specialist saw, the regional saw specialist. On-site surveys are offered, meaning Scott will come in and look over the thing, make recommendations, that type of stuff. That goes along with the application reviews. He also runs the tests and schedules the tests. The SAW PM program is very similar to pretty much everybody. He will go in and check guides and wheels and things like that. Basically anything that helps with the performance of the blade. We don't do major maintenance per se, but anything that helps with cutting and the blade performance, we can do that. The trial blades, again, nothing real different here. You guys are all familiar. Obviously, the best way to do it is a guaranteed trial order. I will tell you that I don't see a whole lot of those. Primarily, it ends up giving away a couple blades. The only thing I would remind everyone is that there is no free blades. So they do cost us something. And if we're going to give away blades, let's make sure that we get all the information we need. And we have someone on site to, qualify the test and all that type of stuff. Go ahead, next. This is the catalog. We actually have a new one coming out. I think it's April, if I recall, last I heard, for the new catalogs, and that'll be available to everyone. Next. PTA and hand tools.
Hey, Jay?
Yep.
I'm gonna draw you back because
Yep.
we left something out that's important on the band saws. We also have an amp grind on the back that we offer now, and that
Mhm.
slide should have been included because that came up last time the presentation was done and it wasn't. I apologize. But we do have an amp grind wavy back that we can put onto the back of the blade where the application it makes sense and it brings value. So, and Jay, if you want to, that's pretty simple. You want to elaborate, go ahead.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about that is it's very specific to applications, meaning it's not needed on everything, but in some things it works very well. Typically, those tend to be materials like Inconels and Hastelloys and that type of stuff. And basically, as Steve said, it's a rocking action that if you're familiar with Lennox, you know, they call it their Mercury grind. Orange calls it their MV grind. Ours is a little bit different, and it's done to spec of what they're cutting and that type of stuff. But it's not for everyone, but in those high performance applications where you're trying to eke out a little bit more, it will add to the production rate as well as life, believe it or not. So, sorry. Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Next. PTA and hand tools. I think everyone's familiar with it. What we have and what we offer, full line across the board from construction type all the way through more of the machinist type. Next, I'm trying to whip through this. Mark told me to be fast, so I'm trying to whip through this. So the newest, and it's been a while now, is our 3X Power line of recips. You will find that they look a little bit different than the old ones. Those of you that have been around and seen them. The 3X really stands for we are getting 3 times the life and 3 times the production based on our testing in Brazil and Mount Airy. So that was determined that's why we're going to call them 3X Power. So there's a lot of research going on. And when I mentioned the R&D on bimetal and carbide, we also have a research group that does nothing but HPTA, primarily jigs, recips, and hole saws. And so they're always looking to come out with something new as well. So next.
And I'll qualify that by saying our previous product was good. It didn't suck.
Yep.
So we aren't 3 times better than bad. We're 3 times better than very good. So let me preface that.
Yeah, what he said. So hole saws and accessories, full line of hole saws from bimetal to carbide tipped. You know, designs and to diamond, excuse me, and designed in a multitude of ways for all kinds of materials, whether it's wood, metal, tiles, plastics, and everything in between. So give that a look. Next. Pocket tapes, not much to say about pocket tapes. You know, basically, the gray one you see there is the top of the line, and the red one you see there is more of a what would you call it, general purpose type? Yeah, general purpose type. So yeah.
Yeah, we have well, go to the next slide and then I'll jump in after that.
Okay.
So we have a standard letter of certification that we can provide for these, which is NIST traceable document. We're the only one in the industry that offers that. And we don't do other manufacturers' tapes. Somebody can't buy a Lufkin, send it to us and have it qualified. We do that specific to Starrett and only Starrett. And we're the only ones around that do that. So, and that is a plus. You'd be surprised how many places need that documentation and traceability to NIST.
Yeah. Next. Steve?
Yeah, so M1 oil. Most of you, if you're familiar with Starrett, you know what it's about. It has properties that are bring something that some of the other types of lubricants and rust inhibitors don't offer. The one thing that's a plus with the Starrett one is we do not leave a residual on the material that you're using it on, where some of the competition, you almost have a varnish type coating on it left after the fact when it dries, which can cause issues moving forward. So the silicone free, you know, you can see it, just read it. But comparing it against the competition, we're as good, and depending on the application, even better, due to that not leaving a coating on after the fact. Next. PTA hand tool catalog, just like the other ones, just showing you we have it again, PDFs as well as the hard copies, which I still think bring value to the customer. But anyways, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, and just to sum this up here, here's some of the key contacts. As you can see, Jay's on top there. You've got myself handling the East Coast, and then we've got Scott Bogan, who Jay talked about, that can come in there and help do the PMs on the machines, help run the tests and so forth. And then, of course, we've got Josh in the Carolinas. We've got Steve in upstate New York. And for the time being, basically in New England, recently Bob Posk is retired. So myself and Scott Bogan will be the key contacts in the New England area for the time being till we get somebody on board. Next one, please. And this is going to be for Precision Tools. Same thing, of course, regional manager at the top, myself, and you've got Josh and Steve for tools. Special order department, you can see we got a number there. James Clinton is the supervisor of that department. Special gauge, we've got Andrew Morin, who's a supervisor. Again, there's another contact number there. But when you get into the special gauge too, feel free to get us involved to help you figure out what you might need, or if it's a special order, a special gauge, because sometimes it's a little fuzzy what it might be. So feel free to get us involved so we can help direct it and get drawings if need be or whatever for your customers. Next. I don't know if you're all aware of it. We wanted to put this in here for now. There's a 4% surcharge going out with all products right now. So just be aware of that if you didn't know that. We didn't put it as a price increase because we're hoping this can go away if supply chain gets better and so forth. Some people like it that way, some people don't. If there is any issues with it, please give us a call and let us know. Maybe we can do something different to help you with this or something. But this come down from up top. We just, with the freight charges and the surcharges we're paying for steel and everything like that, we just could not keep absorbing the costs and so forth. It just got to be too much. So the board of directors came down with this the 1st of January.
Mark, is it just on bandsaws, or is it on everything that ships from Starrett?
It's across the whole line, Pat.
Okay.
I think the only thing that doesn't get touched by it might be the precision ground flat stock, but don't hold me to that.
No, you're right. You're correct on that. Flat stock's has had its own going on. The other thing, I don't think parts are involved with it, and there are a few things on the metrology side of the business that aren't for parts and stuff too. So, but otherwise, the precision tool, saw blades, HPTA, and all do have that right now.
All right. So all of our sales managers, we should probably make sure our customer service managers are aware of that. So we can show that obviously there's a surcharge at the bottom. We do the same thing. We won't affect the price.
Mm-hmm.
We would just show it as a surcharge.
Correct. And basically the next slide is just the final slide. But what I wanted to bring to your everybody's attention, and Pat and Mike and Ron know this, we've talked about this, but out in the industry, you're getting a 32.5 discount on all precision tools and the A items and so forth. That's our top of the line discount price. So you're at the top of the line for precision tools, for discounting on those tools and so forth. We also recently moved you with the saw products up to 70.5%. That's why Jay was saying you kind of, that one blade that we had for the intensity all around blade, that would have been just one blade. But for you, we've moved everything on the bimetal side up to that 70.5. Okay. Still, when you're talking about doing carbide or something like that, make sure you get either Jay or Scott or somebody like that involved if it's a good size account, because that carbide is unpredictable where we would go with that and so forth. We'd have to know usage and all that kind of stuff. But with these discounts that we have, you guys are at the top of anything we have with any of the other distributors and so forth. So we're hoping this year, where the conversions, new business, whatever we need to do to help you with all 3 of the territory managers, with the saw specialists and everything, we expect to be able to grow this business both for you and for us this next year. So whatever we can do, please get us involved. Blitzes, we're more than happy to go to an area. Scott, Steve, myself, we'll take Jay, we'll take 3-4 people into an area if we have to help you blitz for a week. doing stuff. We'll bring literature in, whatever we need to do that. So please let us know how we can help, because I know, talking with Pat and Michael and Ron, this is a goal for us to do so that we can maintain this discount level going forward.
Great point, Mark. And just to piggyback off that, guys, I'm launching a product focus after this call on a sheet that Starrett made for me regarding the bandsaw blades, so we can put some extra focus onto it and really blitz it, because Mark is right. We do have one of the industry leading price points on these now. So it should be a very good time for us to kind of go after competitive business. And I think the flyer that they designed for us will help us kind of start the conversations at the customer level too. So.
Yeah, and I'll just reiterate what Mark said. I mean, they have been Starrett's been a very strong partner of ours for a long time. They're New England based, and I think when we look at our numbers that we do with Starrett, our numbers should be at least double that. So that was kind of our commitment to Mark, and why Mark stepped up to throw the discount at us that he's doing. And so we all know that we've got some other blade business out there, Simon's particularly, that to me, we should be converting that Simon's business over to Starrett. They're not really a strong partner at all, but we have kind of legacy business. So I guess I would just ask all of you to really give Starrett some really good consideration in light of the fact that they've stepped up with this discount, and see if we can all meet our goal at the end of the year of getting those numbers up over 500,000.
Perfect. Hey, Mark, could you do me a favor and email me the, just so I have it as a reminder, the surcharge letter and also the updated contact information, and I'll make sure we get that out to all of our teams. I want to get the letter to customer service to make sure they're aware of that.
I did share the PowerPoint with Michael that has all that in there. Did you want that separated out for you?
If you don't mind,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's fine. I'll do that, Ryan.
Okay.
Any other questions for us? Anybody? And I know there's a lot of new people with you folks and so forth too. And again, our guys, they get their eyes wide open when they're walking into these companies with you to see what we can do. And we can cut material, we can measure material, we can make special gauge up. I mean, a lot of people walk right past this stuff and don't even notice it. So get our guys engaged. Let us do what we can do to help you reach these goals that we all have set for ourselves for this next year.
Yeah, Mark, I'm assuming, and Ron, that we have all of our sales managers have the local contacts for Starrett. We all have that for precision measuring and bandsaw.
That's why I would like the updated contact list so we can get them out to everybody,
Okay.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate your time this morning.
Yes.
Good luck to everybody during whatever storm you have in your area.
It's like a blizzard up here right now.
Yeah. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
Great
Thanks
job,
very
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
What's the next one now?